I believe creativity thrives under constraint. So I created my own paradigm. I think of my sculptures as part of a growing visual lexicon. It's like a word in a sentence. This is something I find fascinating. I want to see how far I can get using my own hands.
Today we're in New York visiting artist Gary Fernández, a Spaniard, and he's going to show us his world, which is made out of concrete.
I came to my practice through sort of like a side door, so to speak. It started off as something entirely different. My background is in illustration and graphic design. And as an illustrator, my imagery always had a volumetric quality. And that's something I wanted to keep exploring. And eventually, a few years back, I began to dig into 3D software, and not to create products, but to apply dimension to my graphic work. I'm based in Brooklyn, actually in Bushwick, Brooklyn, New York. And I make sculptural pieces, sculptural furniture out of concrete. My work as an illustrator always had like a volumetric quality. It was like three-dimensional somehow, but in 2D. And I was just kind of wondering how it would look working with those forms, real material in this.
When was the first contact with concrete?
I guess because of the surroundings. It was when we moved to Brooklyn, when I started to, probably because there are like a lot of concrete mix facilities here in the area. So you get like, it's about architecture and the material, and it's New York. It's an urban.
York is the urban jungle of concrete.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you wanted to work with more concrete.
Yeah, there's always like more you can do with concrete. I think that was the turning point. I wanted those surreal elements and compositions to sort of like to exist in real space. So I followed that instinct. And the process is, for me, it's huge because I come from working in the computer, all day long as a graphic artist or as an illustrator. And now being physically involved in the process, it's a huge.
The making.
Yeah, there's a performance. This is a stage. The studio is a very important element in the process because you have to. There's a cadence. There's a rhythm. The pieces are very modular and versatile. You can combine them and do different things. It's not like, okay, this is a vessel. It's a pot. It's only for plants, It could be something else. You can play with light,
You can make it a pedestal.
Exactly. It could be a pedestal.
A flower vase.
They can be tables. Create something different. There's a dialogue, and I'm interested in the syntax between them, that arrangement. And that's why it's so interesting to work in this field, like interior design and making sculptural furniture. Because as opposed to art is something to be seen. This is something to be used. For me, it's about rituals and about celebration, and it's about, I see them and in that context. I understand better where I am, pretty much. Yeah. I don't know, it's about structures, right? It's about cities and yeah. Every project, I think, is a new challenge. Just something new going on. Oh, thanks.
It's so beautiful. Wow.
Those, yeah, I made a wall a long time ago for a gallery I used to work with.
A wall?
Yeah. And these are bricks. All right. This is gonna work. Okay, cool.
Tell me a little bit about this construction of the wall.
Well, it's very organic, you know. This is something, this idea, I want to keep dig into it a little bit, because I think we can do, I can do way more with it, but somehow
it's got a lot of.
I can, you can put them in different ways, you know,
like that, and you can just
hold this for a sec. You can, I don't know, maybe I can bring another one,
and then put it over here.
Yeah, but anyways. Maybe, I don't know.
Wow, yeah,
I don't know.
Just try like.
It's modular parts, and you can combine them and create something else, you know? And they could be candle holders, not only wall pieces. But also you can build something
taller,
vertical, you know, out of it. My process is mostly intuitive. Especially the creative part, it's never like a straight line. It moves in layers, so to speak. But underneath, there's a structure. You need some sort of like a framework, right? You know, this is funny because I had to fix this one. I brought this one to the ICFF show.
Yes.
And
it got damaged?
It got damaged. But the good thing about concrete is, and what I really like is about this, it's not about perfection, it's the opposite, you know? The cracks are welcome, the wounds.
They have a nice on the road.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of it's on history, you know? Yeah, it's wabi sabi. Because there's a technical side, and it's a very important part of the work, and it requires planning, and it requires patience and care. This is what we have to get rid of. That's it. This is something I find fascinating every time, and it happens all the time. When I stop thinking about an outcome, the plan, the prior plan, it's when really interesting stuff comes out. Somehow it's like you're like opening a Pandora box, allowing serendipity to come along. I believe creativity thrives under constraint. So I created my own paradigm, a set of rules and constraints. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm looking for, but I know it when I find it, you know? And for me, actually, that's the whole point. That's the drive. I think of my sculptures as part of a growing visual lexicon. Each form is like a word, right? And it's like a word in a sentence. And I'm interested in creating different sentences. I'm interested in their syntax and in the way different shapes speak to each other, how they contradict each other. I think the mission, if I had to name one, it's to find different ways of sensing beauty. But what really excites me is the alchemy between the material or the quality of the material I'm using, concrete, the tools and techniques I made up along the way, and the physicality of the process itself, and how physically I'm actually participating in the process.
In Gary Fernández's work, concrete is more than material. It becomes memory. It becomes space. It becomes poetry. Every surface carries story, every form an emotion. From the raw to the refined, his creations invite us to slow down, to see, to feel, to uncover beauty in the unexpected.